In the upcoming video, I will show you how we save, basically how we managed to save at my father's place tens of thousands of dollars in the long run with the loan management. And basically we are like the most lazy persons ever, however we wanted the perfect loan. And we kinda managed it, and I will tell you the benefits. Basically it's not grass, we use another thing, but I'm telling you like the benefit first. None or less watering, none of chemicals, pesticides, minerals needed, dog pee is not a problem, fungus diseases are extremely rare, barefoot it feels amazing, grass clippings is not a problem anymore, and no raking or aeration. Sometimes you have to mow it, and basically that's the only thing that you have to do. In the 20s or 30s, I'm not sure, I kind of forget it, they started to they wanted to make way more money and they invented that clover it's like a disease. And now all of the gardening channels say that clover is like the worst thing that can happen in the lawn if you're like a lazy person like me and you don't want to spend all of your weekends or all of your energy in the lawn. That's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, but somebody likes it like a hobby. However, if you go after like the 80-20 rule, like saying like you won't have that perfectly beautiful lawn, let's say, or like the perfect everything. However, it will be almost like that, but it will cost you like 100 of time, energy and money and like risk. Then I take it. And that's the clover, basically. And imagine in our place, at my father's place, it was like even way harder than in a normal place, because in the, I don't know when, wait a bit, I have to think about it, but basically there was like a church, like a huge church, and in the war they bombarded. So the upper part is basically, we don't have earth there, we just have like rocks, like smashed rocks, like 2 meter tall, I don't know in feet, but basically it's my height, maybe even more. We just have like rocks, nothing else. And if you want to shovel it, basically you can do nothing. And we were like trying with the grass and nothing happened, like nothing, everything dies. Because I don't like, imagine planting on rocks, like the finest things, you can do that. And even so, if we were like thinking about, oh, what if we grabbed some earth from somewhere, like a few trucks, and we put it there, but it wouldn't have worked, because underneath there are like gaps and holes, and all of the water that you use from the sprinkler is basically going down. Like the second you stop the water, it's going down, it's not even stopping, it's like falling down directly. And the situation was like that for years. And I told my father, hey, I'm planting clover. And he was like really skeptical, like, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that. And like everybody's father is like that. So I'm not telling you, probably assuming everybody has problems with dad issues. So we were like that. However, he didn't have the choice, because nothing growed on the lawn. And what we did to get the energy efficient grass, we started to plant the clover, and at our surprise, in like 3-4 days, not like 20 days like with grass, or like 2 weeks or something and like a lot of watering, in like 4 days they popped out. And in 2 weeks we had like kind of a lawn there, like in under 2 weeks. And since it's like doing amazing, and we didn't started to plant grass, like quality grass. Second year it started to appear naturally, and it wasn't like a quality grass, it wasn't like the best finest thing, but it started to appear as well. But it took 2 years. So and now I think we'll go with the grass clover mix in places that we didn't do the makeover, basically. And I highly advise you, and especially if you're like having a like a big lawn, like a big one, I would highly advise you, if you really want to work, or if you having kids, or you like out all the time, or you're like playing and you like playing in the grass, then let's say you plant the grass near the living area where you're at, where you're like playing, that's like really hot, that's like the football stadium thing going on. And after, when you start to go like further and further from the house, you start to have like more clover in it. And at the edges you leave the clover at like 15 centimeter. Wait a bit, 15 centimeter is like, I think 6 inch, like that. Because if you leave it like that, you don't even have to mow it. But I'm telling you, like, if you have like a really huge area and you're not walking it, because if you walk on it, it will go down. But if you have like a really big garden that you're not going all the time, then I highly advise you, like the edges of it, you just leave it and you don't mow it. And because everything that it's like growing underneath, it will be killed by the clover. And when you're going closer and closer to the house, you mow the clover lower and lower. What I think it's like the best height for the clover. So basically the 15 centimeter, like the 6 inch, is like really good because you don't have to do things. However, that's a place where you're not walking all the time, because if you're like walking daily, then it's a problem. If it's a zone that you're not walking but like every 2 or 3 day, then it will look amazing. And even the dog, I have like a huge dog, like a Labrador. It's bigger than a German Shepherd. And when the dog walks, basically it's not tearing it down, it remains like that. So if you have like a huge lawn and on the edges you're not walking just like every 3rd day, then I would go with the big one. The height that I don't really like, it's like the 7 or 8 centimeters, like 10. From like 7 to 10, I don't like the clover, because at that height it's like big enough that it can go down. So basically when you step on it, it will go down, and when you come with the mower, it doesn't look that good. So basically it won't be constant, like the texture of it will be strange, and I don't recommend you. And now it comes like the third version that I really like, and it looks amazing, like from 5, let's say 5-7 centimeters, or like 4-7, I'm not sure here, but something lower like that. Because at that height, basically the clover, after a while, like after a few weeks, it will start to learn that it's mowed, so it will start to remain like small. And it's like really smart, I don't know how it does it, but basically when you start to mow it, like the clover, like the leaves will start to remain like small. Sure, it won't be like a grass blade, but it will be like really small, and it will look amazing. And with that height you can basically go barefoot, and it's like really dense, because if you like cut it all the time, the clovers, I don't know, they are like different plants or it's considered one plant, I'm not sure here, like I'm not an expert, but I know if you keep mowing it like low, after a while it will be like a consistency, so you won't see the earth almost at all. And I like that, because here you don't have to mow it like that often. Maybe you have to mow it like once in 2 weeks or once in a week in like season. That's it. However, if you're like playing football, or you have kids that are like playing on it like rugby, like 24/7, I don't think that's the best idea. Then the third version is the best idea. However, like the fourth version, when you mow it like really small, like under 2 inches, then it looks the best. However, it's a problem here. At that height, the weeds start to come up. And the weeds will come up, so basically I tried it for like a month and 2, or like 3. Basically I tried the whole season to mow it like that low, but I don't like it, because now I'm like in the grass category with the work. If you're letting the clover from 5 to 10 centimeters, like 3-4 inch, it's perfect. You have almost nothing to do. It looks like the dark green, it looks amazing on the pictures, it looks amazing when persons go there, and it doesn't cost you money, and you have to do basically almost nothing. And here sure, like our garden, it doesn't look the best. It's not we are not even trying, like we are the most laziest persons ever, like you can't even imagine However, after the 80-20 rule, it looks like really good. So we just mow it, and sometimes, like rarely, we water it. That's it. Really, when you buy a house and you want to sell it fast, if you plant the clover, it's like a quick fix. It's like boom, yeah, you done it, it looks great. If somebody is not going to the house because nobody's living in it for like months and months and months, you can go with the persons here and there, and it will still look amazing. And the fun part is when you just go there with the mower, you mow it, and in 2 weeks it looks amazing again. And with grass you can do that, like literally you can't. And I highly advise you, especially in the weekend homes when nobody's there. Maybe you bought a house near the city, and maybe sometimes you're not going there like for 2 weeks or like 3 weeks, or maybe sometimes it passes a month you're not going there, and nothing bad would happen. Basically the clover in like 3 weeks it will be like 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters at most, like 6-8 inches maximum, and everything beneath it, it will die. So basically it will kill the weeds for you, and you're going back, you're mowing the clover, you don't have to get the clippings, you do nothing, you leave it there. And if you start to mow it like every week after that, in like 2 weeks it will look okay, and in a month it will be like amazing again. Depends how it looked before, you know, but the main idea is it won't cost you money. No chemicals, no pesticides, like nothing basically. And I think, I'm not sure here because we didn't do it because we are like the lazy the lazy ones. I think like the hunters use some chemicals that can basically kill the, so basically it leaves the clover to do its thing, but other things are like dying, like the other weeds. I'm not sure, but I wanted to search something that keeps my clover and kills everything else. And when I started from the gardening side, I couldn't find anything. However, when I started to see like the deer hunting and persons who put clover for the deer in the forest, they use some materials, and you should like search from that direction. Make like a clean area in the forest, they put some pesticide, they kill everything, or they like weed killers, and afterwards they plant clover and they put something that kills everything else. Not everything else, so I'm not a gardener here, but they kill things except the clover, and you can use that. We never use that because we kinda like the clover and grass thing going out. It has a texture, but we like it. And the funny part here, basically, the areas where we have the clover, even the grass looks way better. Hopefully you like that video, and maybe in time I will be able to explain it better and better. And I will advise you to subscribe because I will talk about energy efficient home, energy efficient pools, energy efficient real estate. See you.